What's going on, everybody? We'll give it a couple minutes for everybody to join. See what's up. Man, welcome everybody to the live. Tap that like button, subscribe to the channel. What's happening, everybody? How y'all doing, man? Where's everybody from? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Gorgeous day. Amazing to be alive. To have the opportunity to be in physical form. How amazing is that? What a gift. What an opportunity. You know? I wanted to kind of talk about what's unfolding on the world stage. I mean, let's be real, let's call it the world stage. Because it's like a Hollywood movie. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Hope you're having a rocking day. So, also, it seems as though we've like hit the watch hours. Because when we log into like the back end, it says, congratulations, people are watching your content or something of that effect. Or they're loving your content. And they basically said congratulations, but it hasn't like caught up with the fact that YouTube like delays it like a week. There's like a delay of like 5 to 7 days. And if you go to the area where it says earn and to apply and you click the button, it's grayed out and it still doesn't show, you know, the full watch hours. So I know that it has to catch up. So there's that. But as of yesterday, it said congratulations. So now we have to get to the second tier that they require. So we just got to keep going. Keep going live, keep sharing content. Please continue to spread love around the world. And that's how we innately create the new earth together. What we also desire. Because I know at some point in your time in physical form, hey, what's going on, Kareem? How you doing, man? Long time no see. I know for a fact when everybody does wake up, or people do wake up, or have an awakening, they innately start questioning everything. Like, oh my God, like, there has to be more than what I've been told. There can't just be going to a 9 to 5 and clocking in and buying all this crap that you don't need. There's got to be more to life than that, you know. And yet, the freak is this? So there has to be more, you know. And that's basically what everybody questions. What have I been doing? I was lied to. You kind of basically question everything. You question your entire existence. And listen, my friends, that's part of the awakening process. Oh, great. We have a phone call. Which is going to stop the live, of course. Sorry about that, guys. I had a phone call come in. I didn't put it on Do Not Disturb, so. Is the sound back? Can you hear me? So I'm just kind of, you know, talking about the awakening process. Because the things that are going to be revealed and uncovered this year, and like within the next few weeks, and within the next month, I would even venture to say probably before summertime. You will wake up if you're not already. And I mean, if you're here on this channel, there's a very high probability that you've been awake or you are awakened. So, and then you've already been questioning your existence here and why you're here and what you're here to do. And interestingly enough, that's a big part of me and Luna's purpose, for being here. To assist in the remembrance of who you are, why you're here, what you came here to do, your awakening process, all of it. There's no accident that I went through it at a young age, quite literally like 7 years old. Began questioning everything. Hey, Judy fam, what's going on? Long time no see. Where you been at? No, we were live on Monday. Me and Luna were live. Oh, okay. We went live on Monday. Around yeah, we went live on Monday. I would say around what was it, 2 o'clock, 2 to 3 Eastern. What message? I want to speak of I posted it's going to be premiering around 2 o'clock today. Oh yeah, of course. Can I pin it? Oh, pin message. There we go. Nice. Thank you. I like that. I like that a lot. So yeah, I have 2 videos going up today that will premiere later today. And one of them is regarding our 4-week breathwork series. If you guys want to be a part of it, go to our website at www.darenandluna.com. And then it starts the 3rd week in May. So it's going to be the last 2 weeks in May and the first 2 weeks in June, along with a ton of other events that are coming in May that will support you on your journey, wherever you're at. It doesn't matter if you're just waking up, if you've been awakened for a while, it doesn't matter, we help everyone and assist everyone. But this breathwork series is going to be starting the 3rd and 4th week in May and the 1st and 2nd week in June. So I encourage you to, get over to our website and join Patreon if you want to be a part of the breathwork, along with everything else, because it's not just the breathwork. I mean, we're going to include Kundalini Activations, but we're doing this breathwork series. And it's going to be a 4-week series. I'm never going to do this again, probably. So this is going to be, this is exclusive to Patreon. And, for $55.55, and you get to be a part of a 4-week breathwork series, along with Kundalini Activations, along with Crystalline Soul Healing, along with all on Zoom live, plus over a year of content. I highly recommend it. What's up, brother? I'm doing paperwork, but listening. Oh, cool. Oh, Presley, what's up, man? So get this, Presley. And how you doing, man? I didn't even see you, Presley. And Fatima, how you doing? Welcome to the live. So yeah, we have a breathwork series we're starting. Finally. I know it's been a long time, and I know and check out my new fit. I had this made up a few weeks ago. Brand new color. The other one was starting to turn color. So this one's fresh and new. Yeah. Yeah, man. It is. Yeah. No, yeah. Presley runs the joint, all right? Cutie fam. So you'll have to introduce yourself to Presley, because Presley runs the mods on this channel. All right? He's been a long time family member, and he holds it down. So basically he runs the show, right? He's the boss with the sauce. Yeah, Presley, QD fam is good peeps, man. So we're starting this breathwork series come the third week in May. It's going to be the last 2 weeks in May, and then the first 2 weeks in June. It's going to be 4 weeks. You will see transformation with this. I trust me when I tell you. Just as a lot of people can attest to, the Kundalini Activations, man, and how powerful they are. But that is also going to be included. So let me just say this. If you choose to join Patreon and join this awesome community that we're creating for this new earth, you have to join tier 3 or 4 to be a part of the breathwork series and everything else. And I mean, I can tell you right now, if you were to go to join some breathwork group, most of them charge about $30 to $40 for one ticket. And we're charging for tier 3 $55.55 for the whole month. And you get all this shit. You get Kundalini Activations, and there's multiple ones. You get Breathwork series. You get Crystalline Soul Healing. You get over a year of content for that. I mean, I don't know, like, and two facilitators giving our energy, I mean, so family friendly. We're I mean, you name it, all of it, so you tell me where you can go do breath work for that. And 4 weeks worth. Nowhere. Not aside from, I think we have at least two Kundalini activations on Zoom. We have Crystalline Soul Healing, one of them. We have Channeling the Light, where you get to ask higher dimensional beings questions. We have Infinite Possibilities. I mean, look at all these events. I mean, just add up the math of how many hours it is. And me and Luna are giving our energy for $55.55. So I just want to throw that out there, because it's getting closer and closer, and I'm going to be talking about it more on these lives and putting out videos, because it's getting closer and closer. And of course I want people to join, and that's why we're having, we made the price so low, for everyone to be able to join and be a part of it and change their life and transform their life. Because you guys see, man, how much I advocate for the breath. I mean, look at even my shirt underneath, breathe. I mean, it's no accident I'm so freaking passionate about the breath, because it's changed my life, and I talk about it on here all the time. Man, I talk about it how literally if you breathe properly, man, your life will change. Like I'm going even deeper with the breath right now. I'm doing an 8-week masterclass facilitator training with Stig Stevenson, who has the world record for holding his breath over 20 minutes. All right. And he's a very big advocate for breath holds like Wim Hof. And I can tell you right now, just doing like 4 or 5 different ways of breathing, and I lay down and I do these breath holds, and I do certain types of breathing where you slow your exhale, and I go into this deep, calm, peaceful, relaxed state. And it feels so I feel so blissed out. I never knew in my life that that was even possible. And I'm not bullshitting about any of this, man. I went through bullying. I went through being self-conscious. I went through insecurities. I went through, just I mean, look, I'm on here going live on these on YouTube for like, I don't know how many years. And I could never do it. I can't even imagine. I know we hear this shit all the time where these people get to a certain point, and then now in front of millions of people speaking and doing in front of Madison Square Garden and traveling the world and writing books and all this stuff. And every single one of them say the same thing. Like, I could never have imagined myself doing this. And I say the same damn thing because I remember back in like 2010 when I was on Periscope, and I talk about this all the time. And I remember freaking going live and people gaslighting me in like a few minutes, making fun of me, and I would just jump right off the live. And now I don't care. It doesn't faze me. None of it. I've had people Presley's been on these lives and had to remove people for the comments they make. And I don't care. He could attest to the fact that I just sat there, didn't faze me one bit. There's been moments where I went back and forth to try to help the person, because I know that people that are doing things like that, like trolling and, putting down someone else, that they're in pain. And usually, they're going through something. Does that give them the right to do it? No, of course not. But in the state that they're in, they don't realize it, and they don't realize the words that they're using, how it can actually hurt someone. But not for me, not for me. I don't care, and so it's like, I feel like when you breathe properly, you're not in survival anymore. You're survival mode. You're not running around with a chicken with your head cut off. You're able to like have emotional regulation. You're able to just navigate life in a more grounded, centered place. You're able to handle things coming at you much more easily and effortlessly. You can handle things way better. And I can tell you this, that I've experienced being on both sides of the fence. I've had both contrasts, having been the person that shallow breathes and mouth breathes, to the person that takes deep breaths now. And when I take deep breaths, I'm calm and relaxed and centered and grounded and in my body. Whereas before, I was floating above my body. I was never grounded. I was never centered. And I was always flying off the handle. No, I do ignore them. And a lot of times I actually try to help them. You know what I'm saying, Harley? I try to help them actually, because I was there, but I never was there to the point where I was like intentionally trying to hurt others. But I was there where I was in pain and projecting that out, but not in the way that I was hurting others. Maybe in other ways I was hurting people. By my explosions, by my reacting, which is another thing that I feel like when you're breathing deeply, your thoughts aren't these low-level thoughts. Your thoughts are much deeper. You don't have your mind controlling you. You're in control of your mind. You're in control of your emotions. You're in control of your life. You take your life back. So I know you could feel my passion because I'm so freaking passionate about the breath and breathing, you know? Okay, that's cool. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Um, it's just like I just speak about it so passionately because I want to help everybody, man. I want this place and this world to be a better place for us all. And that is my deep mission here. I am so tired and so fed up with the way the world has been run, and us humans are going to take this place back. We're the guardians of the planet. We're going to be. As much as you may not see it right now, but I've been getting messages and downloads, and I trust me when I tell you everything is happening all in divine timing, all divinely orchestrated, perfectly perfect. The destruction, the dismantling of everything is all in divine timing, man. All divinely orchestrated, perfect for humanity to stand up in their power and literally take their power back. And we have to go through all of this. But if you are able to go through it like from a centered, grounded place in your body, not in your head, but in your heart and in your body and grounded and centered, man, life like you could take on the world. And I'm doing things that I never would have done before. And I used to be the one running from myself. And I know that you've heard this a million times because I did. But it's so hilarious that I'm sitting here on the other side talking to you guys about it because just 5-10 years ago, I was there. I was that person that didn't understand, didn't know how I was going to even remotely even go through life the way I was. I mean, I quite literally was a mess. And, I mean, my dad had to peel my ass off the pavement. And, I can tell you, not to say I don't have my moments, not to say I don't have moments. And I move through it a lot differently now with more groundedness, more centeredness, more peaceful, so to speak. I mean, I've been experiencing something on my side, like where my ribs are, and yet I've still been going and working out and doing Pilates and doing yoga and doing different things. Today I decided I needed to listen to my body and not continue, take a little bit of a break. But normally I would have been freaking out, and I'm grounded and centered. Like I know everything's going to be fine. You know, the things that I've experienced physically, things that I've experienced, the thing of it is when you don't have, when you don't even realize you're even breathing, life takes you for a ride instead of you taking life for a ride, if that makes sense. And every single thing, man, if you're mouth breathing and you're shallow breathing, every single thing is going to put you into fear, into these lower vibrations and frequencies, because you're not breathing deeply. You're not in your body deeply grounded and centered. So, as you guys can see, I got the breath everywhere to remind myself and to remind you guys and the world that, man, we have this powerful tool within us that is life-changing. I don't care. You could tell me anything in the world, all these different things out there, man. But we have the one thing we all have, the same thing, which is the breath. And if you are here on this planet in physical form, you have to breathe. Breathe when you are born till the day you transition and leave. You take your last breath. So we all have, if you want to compare yourself to everybody, we have one thing in common that we all have, is the breath. We all have to breathe as long as you're living. And okay, you could say, oh yeah, breath holding and stuff. Okay, that's fine, but you're still gonna have to breathe at some point. You know, we don't have to eat. We could fast, but you do have to breathe. And that breath is so powerful. It is so miraculous. It is life changing. It is the one tool that we all have that quite literally can transform your life, can change your life, can help you navigate life in so much more ease and grace and effortlessly, and just reacting differently to every situation out there, man. I Man, I tell you what, man, I'm just so passionate about it. There's nothing there. I mean, there's many things I'm passionate about, but the breath is the one most thing that lights me the F up, because I've gone from I've talked about this before, and I've done a lot of different drugs in my life. I've done the whole partying and alcohol and raves and just pretty much everything, and to be able to have had that contrast and have experienced drugs, mind altering things, to then finding the breath, because again, we all have the breath, but are you actually using it in the proper way to support you in the best way possible? That's the key, because we all breathe at some point or another. I mean, we all breathe at some point or another. But are you breathing properly? Are you holding your breath versus, are you actually, breathing in deeply and breathing out deeply? I mean, I ask everybody on this live, let's just do a quick breath together. Let's do a conscious breath together, just so you can see what I'm talking about. And I want you to tell me that when you do it consciously and you breathe consciously, I want you to tell me after you're done that you're not calm from it. Now, again, you might need to do deep breaths in and out. Everybody's different, so I'm not going to in and one breath out, and you're going to be in this blissful state instantaneously, because it depends on where you're at and what stressors you have. But I can tell you, if you continue to do it and you play around with it and you play around with the exhale, because the exhale is the key. The exhale is the key to it all. Okay? So you slow the exhale as much as you can. You know, there's many different ways you can do that. And you can Google it. I could tell you a few different ways you can slow the exhale with your lips by kind of closing off your lips. You can slow the exhale with your throat, like closing off your throat when you breathe. I'll show you an example. You can use your tongue by touching the touching the roof of your mouth. There's many different ways you can slow the exhale. And that's the key. That's the important thing. That if you want to be in a calm, peaceful state. Of course, if you want high energy, that's different. But most people, because most people are on energy drinks or caffeine to get these false highs, versus most people want to feel more calm and peaceful. Yeah, people want energy too, but I feel like a larger majority is looking to feel calm and peaceful inside. So that's why we're going to do that versus, you know, it's a little bit more challenging with some of the ones that give you high energy, especially if you aren't used to breathing. Because as I said, man, most people just hold their breath, and then you're reactive. You're at the cash register. Somebody, you know, maybe knocks into you, or, you know, says something or cuts in front of you or whatever, or in your car and somebody cuts you off and takes your parking spot, you know. Most of the time you're going to then go right into reactive mode, and you're going to be holding your breath. And you're not even going to be realizing you're holding your breath. And then you react because you're not calm and peaceful. You're not in your body. You're not grounded and centered in your heart space. So let's do it, man. You know, let's just go ahead and do like a conscious breath together. You know, whoever's on here. I see the like numbers keep fluctuating, like people are keep joining in and leaving. So I don't know, you know, if you don't catch it, if you just catch this part, great. If you catch it on the replay, even better, because then you're at least knowing what you're doing leading up to it. If you're just jumping on and off, yeah, you probably don't even know what we're even talking about. But what we'll do is, whoever's on here, let's just do it, man. Because if you're doing your paperwork like Presley, he's doing paperwork, why not take a nice deep breath in and out, man, and see how relaxed and calm and peaceful you will feel, no matter what you're doing. Even if it's something you don't even want to be doing, a job you're at. And I mean, what better place to be than feeling bliss and being blissed out at work? You know, like, why wouldn't you want to? You know, then the day will just go by even faster and quicker. And before you know it, you'll be punching out and leaving for the day. You know, calm and relaxed and centered and grounded. You know, what more than a better place to be than that, you know? And what an amazing place to be it potentially your job or, you know, and be blissed out. Like why not? So essentially what you do and what you want to do, and you can listen, you can hear what I'm doing when I do it. Wow. Okay, did you just see that? Did you just hear the sound of my exhale? And I feel so calm and so relaxed and quite literally blissed out. And it's like the fact that I know how to like tap into this anytime I want is amazing. And sometimes I'm like laying on the floor and I do different types of breathing techniques. And I'm just like, oh man, I don't want to get up. I just want to lay here forever in this blissed out state. And you know, hey, what can I say? You know, the funny thing is for a long time, a long period of my life, I was literally asking the universe, asking my higher self for like peace. All I want is peace. All I want is to feel calm and relaxed. From being in survival mode all the time to shallow breathing to being in anxiety to being your nervous system in fight or flight always, like 24/7. I mean, anyone that has experienced that, especially experiencing it most of your life, is all. Then the moment you get the opportunity to figure out a way to bring yourself to peace, and then you figure that out, and then it's like, whoa, like this is the effing golden ticket. This is what everybody's asking for. This is what everybody wants. And I'm like, whoa, you know, like, okay, this is what I want to explore even more and more and more. Go explore the depths of this, you know, and the fact that you actually can choose. I can choose to be calm and feel soothing and feel relaxed, or on the other side of the coin, I could bring myself into a state where I'm excited and like just energized, like I drank a can of energy drink or caffeine, and I can access that anytime I want from inside myself, from the breath. Like, what a gift, what a tool that we have not been taught. And my mission is to spread this around the world in whatever capacity that is, to help people realize that, bro, sis, you got this within you. You can do this anytime, just like I can. It just quite literally takes being consistent and practice. Because remember that you've been breathing a certain way for so long. And being that you've been breathing a certain way for so long, you have to retrain yourself. Okay? So the Breathwork series that we are going to be having the end of May, the last 2 weeks in May, first 2 weeks in June, is going to assist you in that. Assist you in flipping your nervous system, retraining your mind, your neural pathways. That's what it does. Essentially, releases stuff as well. Hey, what's going on? I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but how you doing? Welcome. So you're essentially like retraining yourself, and that's just one of the things that our Patreon offers. That, well, it's not going to be something that we're going to continually offer. This is a one-time thing. So I would urge you to go over and join if you want to be a part of this and you want to transform your life. Because not only are we including that, but we have many other things that we are doing in the month of May and June and July and on and on and on. So I urge you to go over to our website, www.darenandluna.com, and join Patreon. Join like-minded people like me and others like us. We're going to have community call. We're going to have Kundalini Activations. We're going to have Breathwork. We're going to have Crystalline Soul Healing. We're going to have infinite possibilities. We're going to channel higher dimensional beings where you can ask them questions. All this stuff, man. And you could get the lowest tier that you could sign up to get the breath work and all this other stuff is tier 3, which is $55.55. Now you tell me that's not a bargain. Okay? Most breath work, like if you join one breath work and buy a ticket, it's like $30-$40 for one ticket. Now you're getting to be a part of a 4-week series of breath work for $55. And Kundalini, there's like at least minimum like two or three that we're doing in May. Infinite possibilities, community call, where you get to meet other people around the world. Channeled messages. I mean, the list goes on, and I don't really need to sell it because it's going to sell itself. I just have to put it out there so you know it's even available and it even exists. And then it will just sell itself. There's no selling involved because I know that if you're suffering, you're looking for the answer to change it. And breath work is the answer. Above everything else. Yeah, of course, there's other things. Of course, Crystalline Soul Healing is life-changing. Of course, Kundalini Activation is life-changing. But breath work is the cornerstone, is the foundation, because we all have to breathe. And if you can find ways to use the breath in different ways to give you energy or bring you to peace and calm, like, why wouldn't you? Like, I know for me, like I was suffering, okay? Straight suffering. Yeah, hi. Hey, yeah. Juanita, yes, Juanita, I remember you. Yeah. How you doing, Juanita? What's good? I know for me, I was suffering. And I seeked out every kind of thing I could find, you know, whether it be psychics at the time or acupuncture or whatever it was. I was looking for answers to help myself. And I did not want to suffer any longer. And the moment I suffered even more and had panic attacks and almost wasn't here anymore on this planet. And that was many, many times, but at least for the biggest time that I hit rock bottom, I found the breath. I found different ways and techniques to use the breath, to my advantage, so that I could bring myself to calm and peace, or bring myself to high energy at any moment, no matter what I'm experiencing. Then you find that you navigate life so much more easily, so much more effortlessly, with just ease and grace. And so, what more can I say other than go to our website, man, join our Patreon. It's $55.55, and you'll be a part of all this stuff, even the Breathwork series. That's the lowest tier you can do, which is tier 3, which is $55.55. And that is the lowest tier that we have, that you can join the Breathwork and all the other stuff. Of course, tier 4 gives you a few more things, like 2-on-1 sessions with me and Luna. Possibly you can win it in a raffle. Maybe a nice jacket like this, a t-shirt, bath salts, basically giveaways every month. And that's tier 4. But you get everything else in tier 4, including what's in tier 4. But tier 3, you can be a part of the breathwork, the Kundalini activation. The breathwork is going to be 4 weeks. 4 weeks. And I guarantee you're going to have a transformation. You're going to have a shift. Am I going to guarantee that? No, but I'm still saying it because I know from my own experience that it changed my life in even just one session. So now you're going to get to be a part of 4, along with Kundalini activation, which I think there's multiple ones of those, along with Crystalline Soul Healing. There's one of those a month, along with a community call with other like-minded individuals that you can meet from around the world, along with infinite possibilities, channeling higher dimensional beings. I can go on and on. There's so many things we're giving and offering with 2 of us for $55.55. And the biggest one we're promoting is the Breathwork series. So if that calls you and you want to change your life and transform yourself, I highly recommend you do it. I highly recommend you join us, because it changed my life, and it will in fact change yours. And then maybe you'll be on a breathwork journey, finding different ways to breathe, using the breath in different ways, whether that be holding the breath, conscious breathing. I mean, there's so many different holotropic breathing. There's so many different ways, pranayama, ujjayi breathing. There's so many different yoga breathing. There's so many different ways of breathing, and you just have to find the best ways for you, what works best for you. And in that, you're going to see your life turn around. You're going to see how much more centered and grounded and peaceful and calm you actually are. Maybe even around your family members, around friends, your manager, your boss, your co-workers, whatever it is, you're going to be more emotionally regulated. Your nervous system is going to be working and functioning properly, your digestive system, because at the end of the day, remember, the breath is connected to everything, just as the breath is connected to the nervous system, just as the nervous system is connected to the digestive system. It's all connected. And if you can find ways, if you're really, really stressed, to bring yourself to really, really calm and relaxed, that's a positive. That's not spiritual bypassing. That's not bypassing at all. That's just you not being in, because you don't want your body to be in this stressful state for long periods of time, So you find ways and tools that will support you and that work for you. What am I talking about? I'm talking about breath work. I'm talking about a breath work series that we're going to be doing the last 2 weeks in May and the first 2 weeks in June. It's going to be a 4-part series on Zoom, along with a bunch of other things. But you have to join our Patreon community to be a part of it. It's going to be so powerful, and you can find that information at www.darenandluna.com, and you can join there. It will take you to Patreon, and then you can pick the tier that you want to be a part of. But if you want to be a part of the Breathwork series, you have to choose tier 3. And then you will be part of that and so much more. Plus all the content from like over a year, which is a lot. And that's maybe where your breathwork journey can begin, and where you can find calmness, peace, and stillness in amongst the chaos. Because I'm going to tell you what, guys, and this is no bullshit, things are going to get more wild in the external, in the world stage, on the world stage. I don't have to like sit here and bluff or say things. Like, you could just see it. You can just turn on one of these mainstream channels or go on social media and you'll see it. It's happening all around us. You can go into a grocery store and see it. Like, you don't even have to look at it from another country. You could just go into your local grocery store and see, you know? So what do you have to do, man? You have to find ways to bring peace inside of you. So then no matter what is happening outside of you, no matter what is happening around you, you will in fact find peace. And then it won't matter what is happening. Of course, you're going to have compassion and emotions. I'm not saying you're not going to feel, but you're going to navigate it so much more easily and so much more effortlessly from a calm, centered state and place. No, there's more people than you watching. It says it at the top there. It's not just you. They're just listening. They're not typing in the chat. But there's more people on here, Juanita. Yeah, there's more people. It says it at the top. I don't know where you're seeing. You're the only one. You're not the only one. No, I see more than one on that thing at the top. Yeah, see? There's people here, man. They're just listening, man. It says 4 people at the top, and it keeps fluctuating. And that's not even the real numbers. And anyways, not to mention, now it just says 6. It keeps going up. You're not the only one, Juanita. Not only that, it goes on the replay. It will be posted automatically on the replay. So people will be viewing this regardless. So even if you were the only one on here, it doesn't matter. People don't have to be in here live, because after a certain amount of hours, it's going to process. It will process. Oh, shoot. All right, guys, I got to end the live, man. I got to take this call. Luna's calling. So I'll tell her you said hi, Presley. I'll be right back after I'm done with speaking to her, right? Because I think she has to she's going gardening. So yeah, I think it is. I'll be back, Presley. I'll be back. I'll text you as soon as I come back. All right.